And welcome back, hockey fans, as we get underway here for tonight's game from the Morse Multiplex. As the Pembina Valley Twisters 3-20-1 on the campaign take on the 15-7-2 third place Charleswood Hawks. Twisters coming off a win in their last game against the Victorias, the team that they trail as the Twisters sit in 10th out of the 10 teams here in the MMJHL. Wishing you all had a good Christmas and a great new year. And as we get underway here, third matchup in between these two teams. First one was a good, close game. It was a 2-1 win here for the Charleswood Hawks. All three goals coming in the third period in a good back and forth battle. And it was Elliot Lewis getting his fifth, the game-winning goal for the captain of the Hawks, picking up the winner in that one. And Charleswood took it a little bit easy there, or took it a little bit easier over the Twisters in the most recent matchup out in Charleswood with a 7-4 win. That was back on November 28th, so some time has passed in between those two meetings for these clubs here as they get ready to go again. As we mentioned, the Twisters coming off a 3-2 win at St. Vital following a long losing streak, and ready to turn the tides here for the new year. Meanwhile, on the Hawks side of things, they're 3-2 in their last five coming into this one. Also off a 3-2 win. That was against the Jets. Before that, a 5-2 loss to the Reals on the road and a 5-4 win, which we covered both those games, and that was out in Seven Oaks. Before that, they picked the shutout win up against the Royal Knights, and on December 7th, they had a 5-4 loss to the Twins. And as we look at the leading scorers coming into this one, Owen Van Roby's leading the Pembina Valley Twisters. In 24 games played, he has 5 goals and 11 assists for 16 points, with 1 game-winning goal and 1 power play goal. Second place in scoring for the Twisters, Josh Guilford. In 23 games, he's 6 goals and 7 assists for 13 points, 2 on the power play as well as a shorthanded. Also with 2 on the power play, Darby Olson. In 24 games played, has 3 goals and 8 assists for 11 points as that rounds out the top 3 in scoring for the Pembina Valley Twisters. Sorletaille leading the defense in scoring. In 24 games played, he has a goal and 4 assists for 5 points. On the Charleswood Hawks side of things, leading the way is Tyson Sperber. In 20 games played, he has 11 goals and 22 assists, for 3 of those coming on the power play, 3 game-winning goals. Tied with him is Elliot Lewis, the captain of Charleswood, and in 23 games played, 16 goals, 17 assists for 33 points. 5 of his goals coming on the power play with the game winner. 4 power play goals, 2 game winners for the rookie Kalen Briggs. And in his 23 games played, 13 goals and 11 assists for 24 points. They lead the stats. For the Charleswood Hawks on defense, leading the way is Ridley Ringer. And in 20 games played, 4 goals, 11 assists for 15 points, 3 of those being power play goals. And we'll flip things over here to today's starting goaltenders. Riley Brown getting the start in net for the Pembina Valley Twisters, 2-6 on the year. Save percentage of .864, goals against average of 5.64. And for the visiting Charleswood Hawks, number 30, Aiden Quo getting the start, 6-3, save percentage of .900, and a goals against average of 2.75. Couple of roster amendments to make before this one kicks off here. And those roster amendments for the Pembina Valley Twisters, Ethan Wild has changed his jersey number from 19 to 16. And number 19, AP, for the Pembina Valley Twisters will be Carter Olson. Meanwhile, for the Charleswood Hawks, they have 2 APs in this one. 26 for them is David Sadowski, who's played a handful of games. We've seen him. And on AP for the number 25 will be Elijah Mickelson.
Good evening, everybody. Will you please stand, if you're able, and remove your hats for the playing of our national anthem.
And as we get ready to go here, looking at the starting lineups rolling out there. Top line out to start for the Hawks as they got their captain and Lewis out there. Sperber as well on the wing with Vigerson. It'll be David Johnson at the point. And looking at the other defense out there will be Galvinia. Meanwhile, for the Pembina Valley Twisters, and they got Cutter Unger out there, as well as Katema Wall. And on the far side, winger Lucas Thomas. Biggerty at the point, as well as Sawyer Latte, and we get ready to go. Wall in on the draw. Set against Lewis, and we are underway. One back here by the Charleswood Hawks in the black and red. And they'll work it ahead from the left side to the right. Comes right in on goal. Sperber picks that one up. He'll cycle around, staying with it, and cleared right back into the zone. Twisters pick it up in the white and maroon, making their way from the right to the left. And that pass into the skates of Wall comes all the way down. Galvinia on that. And Galvinia feeds to the far side. Walking in, Sperber picks that one up. Walks in, has a man with him, and smothered up for a whistle with the action. Coming right out in front. And an early play there's nice work there by Brown to smother that one up, but look at that dangerous scoring opportunity with Lewis streaking down the far side. Defender goes down, takes away the shot as Stevenson rolls in on the draw. Melnick cycles back to the point, but it's won by the Twisters, and Carter Olson plays that ahead on the near side. Van Robies dumps it down. Olson on that. Darby Olson, he'll leave that one back wild, cuts in front of the net, and that shot there by Van Robies loose in front, and Quo works that away. Stick battle for it. Picked up now here by the 16 of Ethan Wild. Wild cycles around from behind the goal. He'll try and look up. Held at the line and worked in by Carter Olson. Skirmish for it. Comes back to the point. Cox is shot through traffic and able to get the pad on that one. Back at the line, and the Twisters unable to hold as that comes all the way down. Brown goes out, and he'll rifle that one quickly ahead for Olson. Darby Olson plays it in, goes for a change. Fresh legs for the Twisters as Cohen Thomas starts up on the forecheck, trying to work that one free. Now picked back by Shaw. Shaw ahead on the near side. And he can't feed Franklin. Good work there by Rooney to break that up. Rooney digging away at it. Pushes it in to the far side behind the Hawks goal, where Shaw picks that up and he'll clear that all the way down the ice. Icing nullified as that comes dangerously in front of the goal. Brown plays that one ahead. Works out. Ringer plays it in. And his squad gets ready. Here as the Twisters send that one down. Ringer picks that one up at his own blue line, works it back ahead. And that's going to be an icing charged here against the Charleswood Hawks. 17:53 to go in the opening frame. Shots 3-1 for the Twisters. I'm your host, Bentley Brandt, along with your cameraman Josh Keck, bringing you tonight's MMJHL action. As this one, both teams starting off flying. Thiessen off the draw. He wins that one back. Italia's shot doesn't get through the traffic. Keck trying to work that one free. Now Thiessen with it. Battle in the corner boards. And good work there by McPherson. Pushes that one back. His Hawks on that loose puck. Working back. Ringer now with it. In behind the goal. Some debris pushed aside there away from the Hawks goal on the near side. Glove down by the Twisters. They'll find that in their feet. Works it ahead. Thiessen plays that one in. Larzenko gives chase. Shaw first one on it. And he'll work that to the far side. Keck gets that one back. Twisters in behind the Hawks goal, trying to set it up. Thiessen looks for a man. Cuts to the backhand, couldn't get a shot away, and he drew a hooking call, though, on that. As we get today's opening power play coming to the Pembina Valley Twisters to start this one off. Twisters power play coming into this game 10th in the league, 10.1%. As they take on one of the best penalty killers out here. Third in the league, 84.1 for the Hawks as the Twisters push that ahead. Now in behind the goal. Watch on the side. Talia's shot just wide. Rebound loose in front. And that one's smothered up by Quo for the whistle. Got 100 seconds remaining on the man advantage. Off the draw. Italia plays that ahead. And Olsen works it behind the goal, working away at it loose in front of Quo. Twisters pick it up, play it back to the point. Sorlete plays that one on. There's a quick shot, and that one goes wide. Lete now with it. He'll play it to the far side and gets it right back from Cutter Olsen. Olsen with the give ahead. Sperber breaks it up for the time being. Twisters, they'll push ahead. Walking into the zone. Van Roby's trying to get the give and go back, unable to do so. Good play to break it up by Charleswood. As Melnick got his stick on that. Now he'll watch from the near side. There's a shot, and that went off the stick. Twisters pick it up behind the goal. They'll work it back, trying to find Thomas. Thomas loads, fires, block, gets another one. And two big blocks in a row for Lewis. Twisters cycle around Van Roby's, waits, fires, deflected wide of the goal by Wild in front. Battle for it. Comes to Van Roby's through traffic. And that went all the way down. Olsen to cut ahead. 20 seconds remaining on the power play. And Ringer works that ahead and out all the way down the ice. Going Thomas to scoop that one up. Thomas looks to turn up ice. As we're near the 5-minute mark gone in the frame. Hall into the zone. Avoids the hip check, knocked down, turnover created by that hip check, and quickly out of the penalty box right in front of that one. And the pad down. Able to make the stop was Brown. As Sadowski came flying out of the penalty box and back onto the ice as we hit even strength. Ahead on the near side for Charleswood. And got caught up with the stick there of Wall. Referee's hand stays down. Ringer shot, pad, save, rebound. Comes out of the zone, back to Ringer. Ringer plays that across. Verson plays that into the skates there. And Sadowski Couldn't make a move there, so Hall scoops it up and looks to turn back up ice, works it back before working it ahead off the stick of Wall, battling with it. Bouncing puck calmed down here by the Twisters, and Lucas Thomas ahead to Carter Unger and into the zone. Quickly picked up by the Hawks, and they play that one off the skate. Big collision there with Briggs and Wall. And they'll just let that play on as Keck scoops that one up. Briggs in to get a piece of that, and that goes up into the netting. Here's a look coming out of the penalty box, and the nice turnover created right there. And there's the opportunity for Sadowski, but Brown able to make the stop. Off the draw, Twisters circling around in their own zone. Now picked off, and Spur plays that to the point. Galvinia can't hold, or Johnson can't hold on. That looks to Galvinia, turns it over. Keck's got a tag up on side, and so does Larzenko as they tag ahead. Larzenko blocks that one. Thiessen picks it up. Here comes Thiessen walking in, plays it across. Keck, quick shot, and that one whizzes wide. Walking into that one is Olsen, and fired right into the high chest and held on by Quo. 13:29 to go in the opening frame. Shots are 7-3 in favor of the Twisters. They had the opening man advantage, were unable to score, and it was a good opportunity out of the gates for the Hawks. Twisters win the draw. Back to Peters, his shot, and that went off the ankle of McPherson as he kicks that out a little bit, shaken up on the play. Battle for it. Rooney watched by McPherson, works that across. Quick shot there by Keck, and that went off the lumber of Quell, went up into the netting. As the Twisters making some changes late in 2025 and trying to continue now with the momentum here, and they've definitely come out to play as they try and continue to build off of their last win, getting over their losing slump and getting back to the Twisters hockey that has been here for so long with those good teams through the past. Meanwhile, Hawks walk in, and that quick shot in on Brown is held on for a whistle by McPherson. He takes a little love tap there from Thomas after the play. Brown set for the far side draw. Stevenson wins that back. Quick shot by Shaw through traffic, and that one went wide. Good screen on Brown. As Briggs now on the forecheck comes in on Brown, and he'll smother that one up. Couple of good opportunities in tight. Here's a look on the replay of them. Big hit there. And Briggs again getting in on the action. Down low, works that puck right to the goal where you want to go, and smothered up before they could get a good stick on that by Riley Brown. Puck worked ahead and out of the zone. Shaw loops around, looks up ice. And that one cleared in. Past Briggs, icing waved off. And that one worked ahead by Pembina Valley. Into the skates, picked off, and that one right back on a couple turnovers, back to back to back. Twisters now pick that one up, work it right up Broadway for Olsen. Looks for the toe drag, pulls to the far side, cycles behind the net into the slot, and Wild just fired that one wide. Quo might have got a part of the pad on it on the near side. Ringer, he'll drop that one back to Stevenson. Some miscue to Ringer, and Ringer couldn't keep the skate blade down as that one rolls offside at 11:55. Shots 9-4 in favor of the Pembina Valley Twisters. Lewis in on the draw. He'll get ready to battle out Unger. Or a correction there, Wall, and he'll beat Wall in the draw. As Unger comes out to play the wing on the far side. Cox works ahead. Verson can't hold. Puck picked up by Charleswood into the skates of Wall. Wall feeds ahead. Galvinia gives chase. And that one worked away now by the Twisters. They'll pick that one up, feeding that one into the slot. Galvinia or Johnson picks that one up, and he'll walk in. Sperber was ahead of the play, and he plays that offside as he was a stride ahead coming in on the near side on the head pass from David Johnson. So the Twisters will change it up. David Johnson will go for a late change. And the Twisters win the draw. Hall plays that one ahead, but not out. Goes back in behind the goal for Peters, and he's getting chased down by Lewis. Works it out of the zone on the far side. Icing waved off. Tate Dolinsky on that one. And he'll work it up to Melnick on the near side. Gets past him. Peters fires that one wide. Loose puck comes to the doorstep. Keck couldn't get his stick down on it. Dolinsky ahead. Puts on the brakes. Circles around with the spin move and turns up ice. To the near side. Tyson Sperber ahead on the near side. Fans on the head pass. Glove down. Larzanko carries it in with 3. Fires that one in on the blocker. And easily blockered away by Quo. In behind the goal. Centered in front. Charleswood on that loose puck. And that one cleared all the way down. Icing waved. Hall scoops it up. As we near the midway mark of the opening period. Hall works back as he's watched there by Sadowski on the near side. Puck cleared in. Thomas trying to get that. Now Rooney leaves that on. Vlad Stepek's shot. And that one off the stick of Mickelson. Now picked up by Mickelson. He'll walk in for the Hawks. Feeds across. There's a shot. And Brown makes a save. Getting the pad down. Stevenson turns, fires through the screen, goes wide. Nice screen set up there by Mickelson. That one there off the stick. Pops right up in front of the goal. Biggerty works that one away. Can't get it out. Hawks hold the zone. Ringer looks, waits, plays it down low. And that one rolls to the far side. Vlad Stepek on it. Gets it past Sadowski. Stevenson tries to hold it at the line. Twisters bring it back in. As Mickelson again on the pressure. The Ringer picks that one up. Now he's pickpocketed by Van Robies, who works it across. Backhander is held on for a whistle and a stoppage in play. As Darby Olsen fired that one in on Quo. Good scoring opportunities at either end. Here's the ladder opportunity for the Twisters. That's a good play to stay on side. There's the backhander. Gets held on. 9:20 on the clock. Shots 10-7. Twist. Play that one in. Galvinia on it. He'll work it ahead for the Charleswood. And McPherson works through some traffic. Can't take the puck with him. Franklin works it across for Galvinia. Galvinia looks up ice. Off the glass and out of the zone. Cutter Olsen chips it ahead. And at mid-ice. Scooped up by Charleswood. They'll work it into the attack zone. Johnson leaves that one, and it gets played in by his teammate. Smothered up by Brown in return at 8:49. And again, in the intermission, we'll keep you updated on all the other games. All 10 teams in action here. Have a look at the out-of-town scoreboard. As we get back to the action here, Wall set on the draw on the far side. And he'll beat McPherson into the slot. McPherson missed on the one-timer. Galvinia with it. He'll work that one down low. Loose puck. Nice hit there. And the Hawks break that one up. Wall gets it back. Galvinia's shot. And that one blocked and deflected. Friendly fire there off Franklin. Twisters take it into the attack zone. Cutter Unger turns. Fires off some lumber. Wall picking that one up in behind the goal. Still working away with it on that near side as Krulak plays that one along. Hall trying to get his stick on that. Unable to do so. As Thomas turns up ice. He gets taken down. Collides into Franklin. Loose puck. Dolinsky works out to Franklin. Into the zone they go. Franklin and Krulak go to the bench for the change. Stevenson plays that one on. And walking in off the bench into the play. Briggs puts on the brakes. Loose puck. And jumping on that one. There might be some extracurricular activity there as a Hawks player jumps on Brown. Referees and linesmen keeping everyone at bay on the benches. As Brown's good to get up. Here's a look at that opportunity there. On the turnover, Briggs walks right in. And looked like that was Melnick there. He got cross-checked in by Unger, and Unger took a cross-check in return there. So, no penalties to report there. Just keep it even, good physical hockey in front. But more important play there by Brown to jump on that loose puck that was sitting in the blue paint. Puck can't get out of the zone. Good play by the Hawks. They'll work that in. Biggerty on it. He gets watched on the near side. He'll play that along. Loose puck. Worked back. Traverse cuts in. And he tries to make a move to scoop that one up. Unable to do so. Puck worked all the way down. Melnick on that to scoop it up. Knocked in by Keck. And on the far side, Nowinski picks it up. Stick battle for it. Loose puck. And that's going to make its way to Traverse on the near side. He'll try and work it ahead. And that opportunity there comes in tight. With that, Keck goes for a change. Back on the near side. Twisters. Just dump that in. Is Rooney, and that doesn't get far. Melnick picks that one up. Work back. Twisters play it across at their own blue line before playing it ahead. Battle for the puck now in the skates. Dolinski now picks that one up as the Hawks work it back and forth. Rooney lays a hit on him. Sperber walks in on the forehand, trying to flip it around. Waits. Galvinia cuts in front. Sperber took it the whole way. Shot goes wide. Puck came out of the zone. No, they did not. Nice play by Johnson. Sperber works it ahead. Tries to get it back, and that pass is blocked. Final 6 of the frame. Stepik on the far side. Walks in, puts on the brakes. And he gets pushed out of the play. Galvinia scoops that puck up, gets it back from Johnson, who made the play to begin with on the near side. Galvinia ahead. That one sticked away. All the way down. Van Roby's giving chase away from him. Lewis plays it to the far side. Picked up, trying to work that to Peters. That gets out. And all the way down. Hall. Watched by Sadowski, works it ahead. And that one comes all the way in. Is it going to be an icing? Yes, it is. And we'll see if that comes to the neutral zone or not. Yeah, I don't think it will. As much as Ethan Wild can contest that he was there on the angle. Stevenson set out there with Chance Traverse. Playing in his 6th game this year. Haven't seen him a lot, but good for him to be back out on the ice for the Hawks. Twisters win that one back. Traverse cuts in front. Ringer with the puck at the line. And blocked by the Twisters. And going down there is Ethan Wild, and he looks like to be in some pain. And he will limp off. We'll keep an eye on him. .506 to go in the frame as the shot's near at 11-9 in favor of Pembina Valley. Stevenson stays out there on the draw, wins it back, but the stick battle for it. Traverse works it down low, cuts in front, looks for the feed. And the Hawks stay with it to the top of the circle. Briggs plays it to Ringer now. Down to Stevenson. Stevenson cuts that one down to Ringer as he cuts in off the glove. Loose in front, sticking with it. Then Charleswood knocks that one in. It's Kalen Briggs with the goal. And the Hawks opening it up on the road at 4:47 to go in the frame. Kalen Briggs, the rookie, knocks that one in with the assist going to the 24 of Ridley Ringer. And here's a look at the replay. There's the setup. Here's the shot. And loose in front. Knocked in. And they dropped the puck during that replay there. And the Twister's not too happy as Brown had his mask off. As he wasn't even ready, and I guess the refs forgot to check back to him before dropping it, as he was still on and having a little bit of a skate there following the whistle. And now they bring this here towards the Hawks zone. And off the draw, Franklin pushes that to McPherson. Charleswood trying to grab another one here quickly. And they're going to add Stevenson on the secondary assist as the puck's played in by McPherson. Brown works that to the far side. Hawks have to tag as Briggerty works that ahead. Into the zone. Quo on that. He'll leave it back. Loose puck. Twisters trying to get a stick on that. Work quickly ahead by Franklin. 2-on-1. 3-on-1 now for Charleswood. Melnick works out across. And, Kurlick works out across. One-timer wouldn't go. And Kurlick now off his stick and up and out play, trying to get the deflection in front. 3:55 on the clock. And here's a look at the replay. Off the draw, Lewis wins that one back to Galvinia. Galvinia trying to stay with it, falls down, able to make the play there with the help of Tyson Sperber, who works it behind the goal for Lewis. Sperber helping him out. Cox, though, comes in there, works the puck free for the time being, comes now out to the point. And that shot through traffic, smothered up from Johnson, and holding on for a whistle is Brown. 3:34 on the clock, shots 12 now to 11 in favor of Charleswood with the last little push here from the Hawks. As Vigerson gets ready in on the draw. And Cohen Thomas wins that one back. Stick battle on the near side. Twisters lost their stick. And doesn't really help them there in the board play. Trying to work that one out. And out from the play against the boards. Charleswood feeds it in front for Galvinia. His shot goes wide. Wraparound opportunity. Brown down. Jamming away. That's in. No, waved off right away. As Brown throws the puck out. Here's a look at the replay. It's going to be hard to see from the far side, but the net might have came off the moorings before that one came in, and that's exactly the case. Pushed off by Charleswood, so it comes out of the zone. Stevenson wins the draw. Stick battle for it, and the Twisters get the better of it as they walk in. Larzanko puts on the brakes. Stevenson picks that one off. Peters walks in. Blocked by Ringer. Rebound. Twisters fire that one in loose. Pass Quo, and he'll smother that one up. Olsen getting in there. And he takes a couple shots at one of the Hawks players. That was Shaw. And there, there's jawing with. A hair under 3 to go. Briggs opened this one up here. 1-0 for the visitors. Puck worked to the far side. Twisters battling away with it. Center that one in front. No one home. Sadowski clears the zone. And Mickelson played into his skates, and he'll dump that one all the way in. Kicked away to Peters. He'll look to go up ice. Puck played to the far side. Mickelson on that. Works it ahead. Trying to center that across. Sadowski trying to find Elijah Mickelson, and he couldn't get a stick on that one. Van Robies to the far side. Twisters dump that one in. And that hit a member of the Hawks bench. We got stoppage in play at 2:18. Shots 13-12 in favor of Charleswood. And cleanly won draw back by McPherson. Melnick plays that one in off the stick of Traverse to the far side. Briggs trying to get his stick on that. McPherson works that one free. Chance Traverse with a shot, gets blocked, and that one unable to hold the line was Dolinski, and he'll play that one ahead. Worked in by McPherson as he takes a little bit of a run. Unger fans on the clear. And now Traverse scoops that up, walks in, toe drag, fires straight into the netting. And nope, they're going to say deflected. So they'll bring that into the zone. 105 seconds to go. Off the draw. Battle for it. And that one pushed ahead. Melnick comes in on the hit. Franklin watching his guy, gets his stick on that. But the Twisters able to push it ahead, and that comes out for Dolinski. He'll work that one up. Battle for it on the near side. Twisters work that across. Out of the reach of Thiessen. Melnick picks that one up to Franklin. Franklin ahead. Cox on it. He'll push that up. Puck cleared all the way in. And Melnick first on it. Now left for Stevenson. Dolinsky picks that one up. Twister's trying to scoop that up. Stick battle continues on. And they're not going to blow that dead as the Twisters come free into the slot, and they just missed on the one-timer. And the Hawks now with 38 ticks to go. Franklin cuts in and just in too much in front. Rooney picks that pass off. He'll work it the other way. Cutter Olsen working through some traffic. He'll dump it in. Battle for it. Charleswood. Touch pass ahead. They got 17 seconds to go. Lewis walks in. Cuts in front of the goal. Good stick on that for the Twisters to break it up was Stepik. As Rooney gets dropped as he clears that in. Hawks played around. There's going to be the Horde. We played 20 here in Morris. Kalen Briggs with the lone goal to report. So far, shots 13 to 12. And we'll quickly have a look here at the scoring summary and the out-of-town scoreboard. It was Kalen Briggs, his 14th, from the 24 of Radley Ringer and the 28 of Brain Stevenson. Time of the goal was 15-13. One penalty. David Sadowski on the hook at 2:50, and that was killed off by the Hawks. And with that, we'll go take a quick look here at the standings and the out-of-town scoreboard. As here's a look here at where all the teams sit coming into tonight's games. Express ahead, 2-point cushion over the Reals. Meanwhile, we'll look at the out-of-town scoreboard, and in the opening game here, out in St. James, the Canucks came out flying with 4 goals in the opening frame, doubling up the Victorias 4-2 following the first period, and they're 8 minutes into the second. And that's for that stays, as you can see the Junior Canucks there riding a 2-game win streak and looking for those 2 points, trying to close in on the Royal Knights, who've been struggling a little bit as of late. Meanwhile, talking about the Express in first place, they had a good start tonight's game. 3 goals in the first, followed up by 4 in the second, as they lead the Raiders Junior Hockey Club 7-1 on the road. Johnson with 2 goals, Selling Cochin, St. Laurent, Morse, and McClure, the goal scorers. Larveld with the single goal for Seven Oaks. And meanwhile, those goal scorers there for the Victorias and Canucks, it was Godfrey and Kirkness, the goal scorers for St. Vital, Surrey, Bonds, and Collin with the goals for the Junior Canucks. And down in St. Boniface, as they try and keep on pace with the Rail Express, they're doubling up the Royal Knights 2-1 as they get ready to start the second period. G-Show's covering that one. Urolke with the lone goal for the Royal Knights. Mitchell and Suckett, the goal scorers for the Reals. And one other game on in action at 8 on the 8 p.m. slot, and that is Kevin Hard with the lone goal out in Stonewall as his Jets lead the Twins following 1 period of play, getting outshot though 14-9. With that, I'm your host Bentley Brantlaw with your cameraman Josh Keck, and we'll see you on the other side of this opening intermission in 10 minutes time. Briggs with the opener in here as it's 1-0 for the visiting Charleswood Hawks out here in Morse. And we're getting ready to go here for the second frame. A quick scoring recap. Kalen Briggs, his 14th from Riley Ringer and Braden Stevenson at 15-13 broke this one open. David Stadowski had the lone penalty call for a hook at 250, which was quickly killed off by his squad. And that is where we sit. Shots on goal, 12 for the Twisters and 13 for the visiting Charleswood Hawks, leading this game by a score of 1-0. As Brown leads his squad out onto the ice. We will be underway. So the Twisters just got to continue on. How they started off, we look for them. Like they came out here flying. And then kind of calmed it down a little bit. Later on, and a little bit of a pushback from the Charleswood Hawks. Other than that, pretty even. On the Hawks side of things, they got it going with some momentum late in that period. And also earlier with the penalty kill. See if they can keep that rolling and get another one. As both these teams, centerman's ready to go. And the Hawks win the draw. Ahead on the near side, Olsen tips that ahead. Van Roby's quickly on it, pass across right there at the doorstep. You know that these teams are going to be flying out of the gates to start the second set of 20 minutes as that one gets sent just wide. Twisters on it. And that loose puck. Van Roby's can't get a stick on it. Worked ahead by Johnson. Now pushed into the zone by the Twisters. Wild on the far side trying to scoop it up. And he'll come free. Johnson, though, with the big stick on it, breaks it free for the Charleswood Hawks out of the zone. Played in on goal. Quell leaves that for David Johnson to the far side. Charleswood. Sauce pass off Vigerson. Goes down the ice. And Soilete turns that one over. Lewis picks it up. Lewis cycles around. And getting knocked down there in the slot with Sperber. Couldn't get a decent shot on goal. Ringer works it around to the far side. Cox trying to outskate that one to scoop it up. And with the help of his teammate, he gets taken down there by Traverse. And a little bit of a tangle continues on. Loose puck turned over off a couple sticks. Dowinski scoops it up in the attack zone. As some stick battle there, some bad ice. As a couple of guys go sliding down, the shot goes up into the netting. And we got stoppage in play at 18:32. Shots 13 apiece. I'm your host, Bentley Brownlaw, with your cameraman, Josh Keck. Bringing you tonight's MMJHL action here from the Morris Multiplex. Stevenson rolls in on the draw. And off the stick battle, worked back by Stevenson. Shot from the point, loose in front. Brown was able to gobble that one up, stretching out with the stick to suck that one in. Stevenson on the draw, ready to go again. And Thomas pushes that to the far side. Tie up again on that puck there with Olsen. As Cutter Olsen trying to work that one free from Traverse. And pushed ahead there by Thomas. He hits the ice. They continue on with the board play on the far corner. Bow with it. Rooney comes free. And he'll work that to the open ice. Melnick cuts back. And Briggs to the far side to cut the ice in half. Walking in. Off a couple sticks. Back to the point. Galvinia. And he'll sauce that into the open ice. Battle for it. Stepek works that away. Off the stick of Melnick out of the zone. Galvinia on it now here as he turns up ice. Cuts away from Rooney. Rooney pickpockets him at the line. Twisters stay on side as Thomas. And they get a fresh five out on the ice. Looking for a good time to attack it. Puck is stuck on top of the net though. Behind the Quo. And hacking away at that one there was one of the Hawks players. Couldn't get it free. We get stoppage in play for a frozen puck. Quo having a little bit of a talk there with the referee before the drop of the puck. Thiessen out for the attack zone draw against McPherson, wins that across. And Charleswood quickly on the breakout. Krylak plays that to the far side. And stepping into this one here, James Franklin looking for the center. Unable to do so. Rolls out. Ringer on that. Watched by Thiessen. Cuts from safety from behind his own goal. And splits back up middle. And on the far side, Franklin enters the zone. McPherson cuts through the D. Melnick with that one off the mask. Loose in front and smothered up by Brown. Good start there on the O-zone rush for the Hawks following the defensive zone win. And here's a look at it as they go ice to ice. So end to end there. Across ice, McPherson on the draw, wins it back again for Charleswood. Quick shot through traffic, and that one goes wide. Foul with that, and that goes up into the netting. Stoppage in play at 16:54. McPherson ready to go against Van Robies. Van Robies wins it back here for the Twist. Twisters ahead ice on the far side. Sticked into the zone by Van Robies. He'll give chase, as well as Keck. Shaw on the near side. Biggerty trying to get his stick on that. Comes right back to Shaw. And a nice setup here for Charles. We're trying to clear the zones. Vigorson, or Melnick there, sorry, mind you. That is that one. Picked off by the 14 of Van Robies. Cut in front. And now in behind the goal. Shaw works that out of the zone. Biggerty now with it. He'll loop ahead from the Twisters logo. And Melnick blocks that. And he'll quickly turn that to some offense. Ahead for Franklin. Franklin with numbers. And he gets clipped there. Looked like he took a spear there. It's probably going to be a hooking there. Got a little tap. So both teams exchanging hooking calls here. Twisters called for one now. Hawks called with one back in the first frame. Here's a look at the hook there. Drawn by Franklin. Hawks power play, 25.3%. That is number one in the MMJHL as they win the draw across. Looking for it back to the line for Galvinia. Ringer trying to take advantage here of this Twisters penalty kill. That's just over 70%. That's last in the league. As the Hawks cut in front for Vigorson. He'll work it back to Ringer. Ringer walks in, plays it across. Vigorson sticking away down low was Lewis, and standing his ground with the pad down. Riley Brown holds on to freeze the puck. 92 seconds remaining in the man advantage for the Charleswood Hawks. Shot 16-13 in favor of Charleswood. Vigorson on the draw. He'll win that one back. Ringer set, fans on it, and quick work there by the Twisters. Work it out of the zone is Keck. Hawks hold the line as they enter. Walking in across for Ringer. That one doesn't hold. Keck with a short-handed opportunity. Walks in. Galvinia to cut down the angle. And the shot held on as that came in on Quo. So 1:12 to go on the man advantage. Here's a look at Rylan Keck with the short-handed opportunity. And easy save into the glove by Quo. Off the draw, Johnson works it across in the defensive zone. His squad trying to get the offense going here on the man advantage. Got one shot so far in the power play. Cutting in, putting on the brakes. Looking back to the point. Dowinski fires through traffic, and that one didn't get through. Stevenson. He'll chop that one back, and he'll get it right back. Stevenson looks. Him and Dowinski will cycle across. Feed back to Dowinski on the far side. Stevenson circling back for some open ice. He'll cut to the far side. Franklin cuts to the back of the high slot and going in tight on the opportunity for Dowinski is gloved up and held on by Brown, who still smothered up and down. Now he's good to go. He had some action in front of him and just turtled away out of it. Hall comes out before the drop of the biscuit. Stevenson in against Van Robies. They'll do it again. No one gets waived. Van Robies wins that. Twister's clear. Just like that for your penalty kill, how you want it to go. So the final quarter of man advantage for the Hawks. Handful of shots on the man advantage. Not enough high priority opportunities. Is that one a dangerous play there? As that bounced off the stanchion and didn't read it exactly how Brown was expecting it. And that's going to do it for the man advantage. We hit even strength. Both penalty killers on either squad doing their job to start it off. Johnson walks in. Hall picks that one up. Free puck picked up by Wild. Wild walks into the attack zone, fires, and the pad down on that. Fired across in behind Quo. Now back here for the twist. Looking around. Olsen feeds it down low. Looking for the give and go, calling for it on the high circle. And walking around Van Robies, he turns that one over. And he'll take a spill. Vigerson walks in. And on the odd man rush, cuts in. And outdoes the two Twisters. But picked up at the goal line and cleared out. Good work by Biggerty. That comes into the zone. Brown leaves that one along. As the Twisters look to go up ice. Stick battle. Van Robies chips that ahead and gets cleared into the zone there by Wild as he'll go for a change. On the near side, Twisters pick that one up. Rooney looking around on the offense, had no one to go with them, and he'll turn that one over. There is 4 Hawks clogging up the middle of the ice. And Verson walks in with Sperber. A feed across, Sperber missed the empty goal. He had the whole cage to shoot at there on the deflection, and all so quick, couldn't get the right angle on it. Rooney, he'll scoop it up, going in behind the goal, plays that in front, stick battle there for it, and a good clear there by Ringer, getting his stick on it before Thomas. Thomas gives a wave at that puck. Galvinia scoops that up to Franklin. Franklin walks in on the near side. James Franklin cuts around behind the goal. Looks in. McPherson with the baseball swing can't connect to bat that one in. Galvinia across. 8 gone in the frame. Franklin pushing it ahead. Briggs with the lone goal so far in this game. As Galvinia picks his stick up. And that one's scooped up. McPherson plays that ahead. Kerlick walking in. Played to the far side. He'll scoop that one up for McPherson. Waits for the feed and unable to do so. As knocking that guy out there, that was Unger who took out James Franklin as Franklin goes for the change. Battle for it on the near side. Trying to work it out of those corner boards. And following that, the Twisters push that one to the line and a big hit there as Thomas gets shut down. Cox holds the zone. He'll have to work at it again here as that comes to him at the boards. This one trickles out of the zone. Brendan Cox trying to work that to the far side. Quick second off offering on that, able to do so. Off the glass, stays in as Sadowski was all over him. Thomas plays that one in. Unger unable to get a shot away. Puck work to the far side for Stevenson. And he'll work that one. Comes right back off a Twister stick to him. Kulik gloves that one down for himself. Works it across. He'll scoop that one up from Mickelson. Trying to feed Mickelson. And that one picked off by the other AP on the ice here for the Twisters. As Carter Olsen works that up to Keck. And Olsen trying to scoop that one back up. Now is Van Robies. Carter Olsen behind his own goal. Puts on the brakes. Circles around. Feeds to Keck. And he has Stevenson right on him. Works it past him though. Van Robies walks in. Pass across to the far side as Van Robies gets knocked down to the ice. And no penalty there. It looked like the Twisters bench thought they had one there as they're going to call Brown. Referee let them play. Back to the point for Shaw. His shot off some lumber of Keck and up into the netting. 9:55 as we are in the back half of this hockey game. Shots 17 to 15. Both teams with a man advantage, unable to muster anything. And now Unger comes there and he's giving it to the referee there. A little bit wanting explanation for this non-call that we'll take a look at the replay here of. Or we'll do so here and then. The next stoppage in play as they quickly get underway as they wrap that up. Johnson, quick shot, deflected just over the goal. Another shot, that one trickles on the doorstep and smothered up. Brown turns over and holds it at the goal line, keeping this a one-goal game. So instead of looking at that cross-checking call the Twisters were complaining about, here's a look at this one. There's the shot, trickled at the line. And the one Hawks player there, he just stick up in there. He might have thought that one was already in. And now we got are we doing a goaltender switch or what? As Brown makes his way, or his equipment issue, did part of his pad come undone? He's fully on the Twisters bench. He just took himself out of the game. As Rowan Turkis gets ready to go. And something with that strap or something. Looks like Brown's out there working on it. Turkis is going to come in. And I think we've seen the record of goaltender equipment delays. That's the third one or fourth one I've seen this year. And makes for some crazy stats there. Some good save percentages for the handful of goalies that come in for 2 minutes or so, 2 or 5 minutes. So following the icing, keep our eyes there on Brown. Off the draw, puck one back to the point here for Charleswood. Shot through traffic, and that one goes wide. Brown still looking for his first stop. Shots are 18 to 15 here as that one comes in front. And a premature whistle, no, hand pass is the right call as that one comes in on Brown. He'll smother that one up. Or correction there, Turkis. I got my goaltenders right here. Off the draw, Dolinski now with it. He'll play that ahead to Briggs with the lone goal scorer. Dolinski ahead and trying to work that one up via Melnick. Twisters read that play and the battle for it continues on there in the referee's circle. Comes out for Briggs and he'll walk past Cox, circling now behind the Twisters goal right in front at the doorstep. Stevenson couldn't get the shot away. And that puck comes all the way down the ice. No icing. Quo plays that to Melnick. And Stepek right on him. Glove down. And played across by Rooney. Rooney gets that back as Thiessen couldn't get a stick on that. Hitting the ice there is Rooney. And he'll dig away at it with Thiessen. Loose puck. Work to the far side. Twisters were pinched in. And they'll scoop that one up as Stepek. Quick firing shot. And that went off the pad. Battle for it. Twisters push that into the zone. Melnick, he'll work that across for Dolinski. 12 gone here in the second frame. Charleswood to work that ahead. And they'll just bat that into the zone as Stevenson. He goes for a change. Briggs on the forecheck against Cox. And he'll get that one. Traverse. Looks to play to the line, pickpocketed instead by Stepek, and Ringer takes care, or by Thomas as Ringer takes care of him, sliding across, stick goes flying, Twisters go into the end boards. Puck comes out of the zone as action amps up. Twisters got a slide to stay on side on that change, able to do so as the Hawks Shaw ahead. Picked up now here as the 8s exchange the passes to each other. Ringer on that. Thomas trying to pick up that loose puck off of Traverse and able to do so. The Lumber still sitting out there as the puck gets played around that. As Traverse and Thomas there both had their helmets clipped up together. They get that untied and we get ready to go. As that went off the stick and into the zone here for Kurlik. Kurlik now with it. Looks, he has Shaw on the feed. Shaw scoops that one up, and a good stick to get back there to break that one up for the Pembina Valley Twisters in Keck. On the near side. Twister knocked down. McPherson trying to jar that free. He'll pick it up behind the goal. Wrap around, pushes it to the far side. Across on the slot to Melnick. And here's a feed from Kurlik across. Ringer shot deflected, and that one whizzed wide. Biggerty on the loose puck. Keeping an eye there on Rowan Cherkis Brown on the Twisters bench. As Kurlik on the loose puck. Kurlik now with it. Walks in, fires. Cherkis makes the stop. Pardon me. Hawks trying to set it up here. Back to Ringer. He'll work that across. Mickelson into the slot. Kurlik shot. And that one, a stick on it, goes wide. Ringer circles around. Gets past Olsen. Walks in. And that one just whizzed wide of the goal. David Johnson works it down low. Kurlik works it out. Now to Franklin. And James Franklin held against the boards. Keck scoops that one up. Can't clear it out. Second effort does so for Olsen. Scooped up now by Ringer. Ringer walks in. Waits, fires, and a blocker saved by Cherkis. Melnick, and he hits the ice there as turned too tight, trying to work that one out. Twisters on it, off a couple stick blades, right to Olsen. Darby Olsen plays that one in, and he'll chase down Johnson. Johnson outbeats him as Olsen goes hard into the end boards. Olsen feeds it in front. Mickelson on that, he'll clear it ahead. Hall scoops it up for the Twisters. And in the ensuing stick battle, Hall works through some contact. Wild plays it in, 4:44 to go. Twisters trying to get the offense going here as they've fallen a little bit behind on the shot clock. But got puck possession going their way. As Verson turns that one over. Right back, off the stick of Thiessen. Scooped up by Rooney. Rooney walks in, looks around, needs a man. He finds Thiessen. Thiessen on the backhand. And that one went high. Stepek plays it in front and slapped away by Stevenson. Stepek. He'll work that down low. Cuts in front of the goal. Rooney on that puck. He'll look around for it. Thiessen to works that across for Rooney. Johnson, though, broke that one up. Good stick by him. Stevenson comes in to help him. And now Johnson works it out to Galvinia. Verson makes a move. And he's got some open space. He can turn on the wheels now. Walks in. Looks around. And waiting for his teammates there to finish the line change to come out there. Carter Olsen from behind his own goal for the Twisters. Works it to Cox. Cox plays it back on the far side. Skating for that puck. Chipped ahead by Thomas. Held at the line by Charleswood as they'll feed that one in behind the goal. Battle for it. And that one tipped out. Icing waved off. Tate Dolinsky first on it. Stepek goes for a change, as well as the rest of his forward line, and Cox to follow. Unger knocks his man down, trying to pick up that loose puck off the stick of Sperber. That one fired in, and friendly fire off of Carter Unger. Unger turns, fires, stick by Quo up into the netting at 3:05, and we had some great action. And with all of that time, it looks like Brown is ready to go. And yes, he is making his way. And there he goes. So they'll write that down. 3:05 on the clock. So goaltender back in at 16:55. And off the draw. Looking around. That went off a couple sticks. Battle for it. Loose puck, scooped up, circling around, and Thomas fires that one just wide. And there's a shot through traffic. Stick battle on the near side. Biggerty, his shot, and the feet battle for it, loose in front. And now after all of that, Charleswood clears it out. They take a penalty as Lewis hit the ice. Charleswood's getting a man advantage. Blocker saved, another shot rung off the iron, loose, and the Twisters clear that all the way down. Icing waved off. Quo to the bench for the extra attacker. 2 minutes to go here. And that's offside. And it will be a tripping call against the Twisters. Looking at that action later or earlier on here, here's a couple of those opportunities. Here's a nice one for the Hawks. The Twisters able to get the stick on that one to break that one up. So the Hawks' second man advantage, as Unger was the one who brought Lewis to the ground. Pass across for Johnson. Looking around, Dolinsky plays it across. Looking for Dolinsky. Across to Johnson. And that one fired right into the trapper for a stoppage and play. Also note on the lineup there, Wall is out of the game there. He does have, still suited up, doesn't have his helmet on there. And we'll see if he'll, gonna see if he came out here as he came to the door. And we'll see if he comes out for the third frame. We'll keep an eye on that. As Dolinsky takes that one up ice. Walking in. He circles back. And man hit the ice. Puck gloved up, stayed in play. 1:15 to go. Hawks trying to double their lead before the horn. As Stevenson plays that to Nowinski. Picked off. Wild can go shorthanded. Ethan Wild walking in backhand, trying to tuck her home. And a good play there to stay with it and get the stick down by Quo. Briggs walks in. Puck now worked out and played right back in here for Stevenson. Into the final 45 seconds. Stevenson to Galvinia. Galvinia looks around, stays with it, walks into that one, and held on for a whistle by Brown. 37.3 seconds. And Van Robies comes out here for the draw. And off the draw. Held at the line. Ringer plays that one back across, and that one just stuck off the stick and wide. Back to Ringer. He's got 20. Verson fires off the lumber, jamming away at it. Couldn't get a shot on goal. Verson. He'll work it down low, gets it right back onto his blade, back to Ringer. They got 5 to go. Ringer's shot kicked into the corner boards, 3 seconds on the clock. Can the Hawks quickly fire one? And no, they're going to run out of time. There's the horn. We have played 40 minutes, 4 seconds remaining on the man advantage when we drop the biscuit to start off the third period in this one. No score to report in the middle frame as Briggs' goal stands as the lone goal. Shots in that period for the visiting Charleswood Hawks, a total of 12 for a two-period total of 25. On the Pembina Valley Twisters side of things, they had a total of 7 for a two-period total of 19. And with that, we will take a quick look here at before we go to the out-of-town scoreboard, just that one penalty, as we mentioned, happened in the game there, or in that second period, which was Unger on the trip. late in the frame. And with that, the update from St. James, the Canucks doubling up the Victorias again, 6-3, both teams finding the back of the goal in the third. 17-17 remaining in the frame, in regulation. Shots are 31-26 in favor of the Canucks, looking for their third straight win. Meanwhile, looking for their 15th straight win, the Express up 10-1 out in Seven Oaks with 12:07. Has come out, and Parnell with the goal scorers in that Hawks Victoria's game for the third period. Goal scores Cochin picks up the hat trick. Johnson with 2. Also, Johansson, the latest goal scorers for the Railer Express. Out in St. Boniface in the game that G-Show's covering. They played 40 minutes there, and another 2 in the second period. Magger picks up both of them. Mitchell and Sukit, the other goal scorers. Uoki with the lone goal for the Royal Knights. 4-1 for the Reals, following 40 shots are 32-17. And out of Veterans Memorial out in Stonewall, it is the Jets building on their early lead against the Twins. Chung and Karzowski finding goal there as it is 3-0 in favor of the Jets with 2:01 to go in 10 minutes time. And we get ready to go here for the third period of play. 4 seconds remaining on the Unger call. And we have another goaltender change here as Rowan Cherkas is back in goal. And keeping the scorekeepers busy, and just like that, we're also back to 5-on-5. As Galvinia works it across, and it looks like Wall has re-entered the game. He is wearing the number 3 jersey, so something with his jersey ripped or something. We had to change it. As Olsen clears that one in, and you can't play with the ripped jersey, so Italia's shot deflected just over. Galvinia plays that ahead. Walking in. Wild breaks that one up. Sperber on it. He'll cut in front. Galvinia couldn't fire. Puck worked across. Sperber stays with it. Good pressure here from the Hawks, trying to put this one out of reach and get the insurance goal. Versons. And that deflection there off Stevenson whizzes wide. Fanning on the opportunities. Melnick picked up by Olsen. He'll feed Wild. Wild's got to go. Walking in. Fire, scores! And the Twisters tie the game up here at 1 apiece. Ethan Wild all alone puts that one in. Low glove side, beating Quo. And that will bring the fans here to their feet in Morris. And that is just what you want from a couple of you guys who've been here for a bit and who've shown some flashes, stepping up here for this Twisters team, showing that they can play here with the big teams and the top 3, with that being in the Charleswood Hawks in this one. As Traverse plays that across to the far side. Loose puck, kicked ahead into the zone by the Twisters. Dowinski plays that across. There's the clear all the way down the ice. And that one gets past Cox by Briggs. Briggs looking for a second wraparound. Holding it at the line is Cherkas. Loose puck. And Cox getting his stick on that. Now Stevenson with it. And he'll circle around. Stevenson on that. Back to the point. And Dowinski got tied up. Twisters walk in. Quick shot, and that one just wide of the goal as they were trying to get their second one there. And the opening 2 minutes have finally elapsed here. 2 good ones. Here's a look at the Twisters tying goal from Ethan Wild on the head pass. He'll pick that one up, walks in and scores. And as we cut over there, couldn't get that in time. And Traverse still going at it there with Cohen Thomas. As their Wall enters, he's wearing the 3 jersey. As I said, his jersey broken. Can't just rip it off like Max Brosmer did with the Minnesota Vikings the other week and play with part of a jersey. Galvinia, he clears that one in. Twisters pick it up. Worked ahead. And Unger dumps it in. Johnson on that. Played in here by Wall, and Wall cuts in front. Penalty comes up, and it's another hooking call, the referee's favorite call so far in this game. So another hook, and we go back to the Twisters now getting their second power play. 0 for 1. McPherson goes to the bench, or to the box there for the 2 minutes. Stick battle for it. Loose puck, and that one deflected up into the netting. Stoppage in play at 17:23. Off the draw. Wild. Pin now with it. Battle for it. Twisters coming, trying to work that ahead. And that one comes out of the zone. Sperber scoops it up. Short-handed opportunity for Charleswood. In behind the goal. Picked up by Darby Olsen. Out there with Carter Olsen. He'll push it ahead. On the near side, Van Robies walks in with Wild. Olsen cutting down to the far side was Carter Olsen. Darby Olsen now circles in front while trying to feed it ahead as he blocks the clear and dumps it in. David Johnson will be first on that one. Skipped away from him, scooped up, and now held at the point by the Pembina Valley Twisters, working it down low. Back. And Sorlete plays that one along. Down low for the Twisters, circling it back to the top of the circle. Looking back across. Lete walks in, fires on the glove hand side, and that one snatched out there by Quo for a whistle at 16:24 to go here in the third period. Scoring this one 1-1. Off the draw, back to Thomas. He'll work it across. Looking for the feed, and the Twisters on the doorstep. Unable to do anything with it. 43 seconds to go here on the man advantage. Cohen Thomas walks into the attack zone. Stays with it, and a big hit there, getting the physicality going for Charleswood. Deflection in front, and that one off the side of the goal. Quo spins around, and Ringer able to keep the Twister sticks away from it as Quo gets back in position. Unger turns that one over and cleared down by Dolinski. Cherkis leaves that for Thomas. Twisters take it ahead as we're going to hit even strength with Wall entering the attack zone. Hall entering the attack zone offside. 2 seconds on the man advantage. 15:32 on the clock. 1-1 game. Ethan Wild knotting this game up. Off the draw. Twisters clear that one in. We hit even strength. Quo out to play it. He'll look around and work back by Galvinia across as the two sevens collide. Puck cleared out. Traverse. And he gets dumped. Biggerty on it. And Traverse holds the line. Loose puck comes in front of the Twisters' goal. Picked up and worked out. Big hits there. Exchanged in between both teams. All the way down. Johnson on it. Puck picked up by Cox. Cox looks around, turns, fires that one into the zone. Some fresh legs here for the Twisters as Wall scoops that one up as Quo trying to play that one away into the corner boards. Galvinia now watched by Wild. And that one worked up ice by Mickelson to the far side. Traverse on it. Traverse walks in, sticked into the corner boards away from Stevenson by Rowan Cherkas. On the near side, big hit. Twisters stick that out of the zone. Shaw on the loose puck. He'll look across on the feed. Ringer calms it all down here before turning up ice. Shaw. And Mickelson plays that onside. Just barely there. And now that puck making its way into the netting off the deflection. 14:01 on the clock. It's where we sit at this 1-1 hockey game. Shots 26-21 here in the third period. And the referee and the linesman coming together here for a little bit of a discussion. And they're still talking out there. So and here's a look here at that big hit behind the goal. And I'm going to think they're wondering if that was going to be a delay of game call or not. Is what I'm going to guess. That's what that discussion was about. With that, we are ready to go and underway we are again. Held at the line by Ringer. Ringer looks around. Hawks cycle that back to Ringer. He'll look to play it to Galvinia. Now play back away from Wild on the doorstep. Sperber couldn't get a stick on it. He'll play it back to Galvinia. Galvinia puts on the brakes, and it is a penalty for delay of game. I didn't see the guy go into the box, and so 30 seconds gone on the penalty as Ringer gets tangled up with Wild, and he'll clear it down. Galvinia. He'll walk in. Keck scoops it up. He'll play it to the far side. Ringer holds on to it. Walks in, fires, and just enough to get a piece of that is Cherkis. Working around now here. Hawks play that back for Galvinia. Galvinia. As he's got the back half now of the man advantage to work with. Back to Ringer. To Galvinia. Galvinia sets up the pass into the slot for Lewis. The easy pad save shut down by the Twisters. Picked up by Biggerty. And he'll work that one out of the zone. As Ringer tried to block it, Galvinia scoops it up. He'll play it ahead on the near side. Hawks' third power play, 0 for 2 so far. Sperber works it across. 30 seconds to go on the man advantage. That one's going to come out. Here's a shorthanded opportunity for the Twisters. Ryan Thiessen walks in. Thiessen puts on the brakes. He's got bodies to help him out his Wall. Thiessen walks in, backhand, and Wall there for the rebound. Quo shuts it down as he holds on for a whistle. And there's a look at that shorthanded scoring opportunity for the Pembina Valley Twisters. And a nice little setup there. Wall was right there, but Quo not giving him anything in front and holds on for the whistle on the shorthanded attempt. Off the draw. Hawks push it ahead through some contact. Wall comes in to play the hit. On the near side, Briggs ahead. Twisters fire it right back all the way down the ice. 8 gone here in the third period. Ethan Wild has tied this game up for the Pembina Valley Twisters at 1 apiece. Tate Dolinski plays it in down low, and that's going to do it for the man advantage as his squad now looks for some back check. As Wild trying to scoop that one up, and that's offside. And Wild having a little bit of a chat there with the linesman, not too happy about the call. And now a debate on where the draw is going to be. It's going to come all the way back here to the Twisters side of the neutral zone in front of their bench. Pembina Valley off that win. They'll work that ahead. Hall dumps it all the way in. Quo goes out to play it. He'll leave that one back. Traverse leaves that one along. And Stevenson picks that one up. Could be a dangerous scoring opportunity for Ethan Wild. Left all alone behind the play. Hall dumps it in. Dolinski picks that up. And he'll work that one back for his squad. Long clear. And that one stays in. Good hold there by Hall. Hall works it down low for Olsen. Picked up by Johnson. Olsen takes care of him. And with that, Stevenson moves it along. Off a couple sticks. Johnson calms it down. And he can't clear that one out. Dolinski on it. He'll work it ahead. Traverse dumps it all the way in. 10:40 to go on the clock. Battle for the loose puck. Played back to Franklin. And that one tipped bar down. It's in. And the Charleswood Hawks off the stick of Shaw from Franklin have regained their 1-goal lead with 10:31 to go in regulation. And here's a look. There's a replay. There's a shot from Franklin, and correction there from Shaw. That went straight in. Stick battle for it. Twisters clear that one out. Walking in, McPherson fires that one right to the trapper and held for a whistle at 10:10. So that's Shaw, his first from Franklin from James Franklin, and Jay Kurlak. So Kulak picks up the secondary assist at 9:29. Puck worked in, Sperber on it. Bearson, he'll get on that puck. On the attack zone push for this Hawks team. Twisters, looking for a goal, trying to tie it up. Really wanting a point out of this game. Thinking they deserved it and definitely played well enough to. As that puck cleared ahead, Sperber dumps it in. Ahead ice here for Pembina Valley. Carter Olson dumps it in. He'll continue to give chase. Dowinski on that. He'll work that one out, trying to feed Traverse. Dowinski scoops it up, pushes it ahead on the far side. Bow for it. And Wall kicks that one ahead. Dowinski works it back. Picked up by Unger. Knocked off the puck. Dowinski on it. Stevenson scoops it up to the far side. Trying to get the clear. Walking in is Olsen, and that one went wide. Unger scoops it up. Cox walks into that one. Can't get it on goal. Stick battle for it. Picked up now here by Cutter Unger. Or by Olsen there. Fires that one in. Blocked. Centering opportunity for Thomas. He's knocked down. And that one hits off a stick into the netting, trying to work its way back to Olsen at the point. 8:31 on the clock. Shots in the period, 4 for the Hawks, 3 for the Twisters. As they mitigated opportunities here in this period. Lewis ahead, 3-on-1. Galvinia across, and that one Mickelson just couldn't get enough on. Now here come the Twisters. Keck on the counter, walks in, 3-on-2. Fades across and just not there to connect. That precision passing. Couldn't get it done. Mickelson drops that one back. Lewis's shot, and just getting enough of that is Cherkis. Pass ahead, Twisters pick it up. Good end-to-end action. Walking in comes Olsen. And just not enough of a long stick there to make the play. Olsen scoops that one up at the line. Olsen walks in. Attacked by Shaw. Now to Wild as the latest 2 goal scorers go at it. And Quo lays out, holds on for the whistle. 7:38, and this 1-goal hockey game here in Morris in between the Hawks and the Twisters. There's a look at the replay with the action up in front of Quo. Off the draw. McPherson plays to the far side, picked up and worked across now. Hawks couldn't quite get enough out and worked right back in by the Twisters, who are delayed offside. They got tagged at the line before giving chase. Franklin, he'll cycle around, works that across. And he'll feed McPherson, fires and sticked away, looking for the insurance goal. Twisters clear it down. That's going to be enough for an icing, and it will be as Shaw's first back. 7:03 to go in regulation as the clock continues to tick away here in Morris. So bring it here to the near side. Lewis set on the draw. Ready to go against the 14 of Van Robies. Played in behind the goal. Sarlate works it out. And Melnick ahead. Off the stick of Sperber, right to Latte. Twisters trying to pick it up on the near side. They'll work that out of the zone. And dumped right in as they give chase. Dowinski out there. He'll pick that one up. Good work with him and Melnick trying to work it free. Twisters now get a stick on that. Van Robies turns, fires, loose puck into the slot. Van Robies trying to work it free. Sperber on it. Sperber cuts to the far side, trying to work past Cox. And that's delayed offside. Sperber tags at the line. Rooney takes the other way. And he'll dump and chase for his squad. And as the Hawks scoop that up. 6:15 to go. Puck cleared out. And Cox picks that one up. Long stretch pass off the mark, and that's going to be an icing against the Twisters. And their bench wasn't too happy about the delayed offside for not being blown. They're wanting the call at the line. Off the draw. Twisters in their own zone. They'll dump that one in. Stick battle for it. And some friendly fire there. Stevenson got shooken up on the shot from Galvinia. Walking in, Thomas fires that one. And Quo getting the shoulder on it to make the stop. 5:32 on the clock. And see how the Twisters, with their new coaching staff here, first game I've called with them behind the bench. And see how Unger decides to play this here down a goal. On the doorstep, and Quo stretches out, makes the stop. There's another one. He got the blocker just enough on it. They blew it dead. And it must have got just enough with the netting. Here's a look at the replay. Good work there by Quo, doing his job. Off the draw. Puck played in behind for Shaw. He is the go-ahead goal in this one. There's the back feed. McPherson scoops it up, trying to turn on his Jets as he plays that into the zone. Bumped off the puck by Peters right into the slot. Hall picks that up for the Twisters. He'll cut around. 5 minutes to go here in regulation. Back to the point. And that one cleared in. Killock on that. And Kerlock held against the boards. Hawks come free with it. Working that one. That's off the back of the net again. And they're going to jar away at it, try and get it off. And they do. There's a shot off some lumber. And a block on that. Kerlock does slot. Franklin shot blocked. And off the blocker of Cherkis. Puck worked to the near side. Stick battle for it. And this clock continuing to work against the Twisters here as it's held against the boards. And that comes loose here for the Hawks, circling around. Across, and the Twisters let that pass cut the ice in two for McPherson. Work back to Ringer. Now back across for Shaw. And the hit there breaks that one up by Thomas. Twisters put on the brakes as Hall. He'll work that one up for Wall. Wall circles from behind his own goal. And we'll watch Cherkis here. 3:45 on the clock. Puck in behind Quell, loose in front. Twisters couldn't get that to connect. Twisters stay content here with sending the extra tacker. As the Hawks pick it up, they got 4-on-2 here. Walking in, puck hits some bad ice. Lewis across. And that one fed right through the slot to Ethan Wild, who turns it over and return on the backhand. Off a stick. Twisters play that one. Biggerty scoops that one up. And I tell you ahead. 3 minutes on the clock. Puck gloved in, and Quo decides to smother that one up. So good attack zone here. Draw set up for the Twisters. 2:58, down by 1. Shot totals are 30-24 for the Hawks. And Charleswood clears that one out. Sarlatel trying to work that one out. Thomas with some help. Played across. It's offside against Charleswood at the line. Cohen Thomas in on the draw, and that one worked in. And now worked out of the zone by the Twisters. Dolinsky on it. Picked up here. And trying to work his way up ice is Pembina Valley. Galvinia picks that one up. He'll cut to the center of the ice, trying to split the D, unable to do so. Twisters clear it out. Icing is waved off. Briggs on that puck. Watched by Rooney. Puck played across behind the goal. 2:15 on the clock. Nice move there. And Carter Olson cuts into the zone with that. Twisters pulled the goaltender at 2:08. There's a puck loose on goal, and it just went behind. Skirmish for it. Picked up, trying to clear that one, and that one went straight up. Stepic on it, and he'll circle around. Stepic cuts to the near side. Dolinsky watches him. Hall now with it. He'll play that one around. Twisters feed that into some shin pads and air pass. Not what you want to do here. And able to hold the zone. Played across by the Twisters. Hall on the far side. Loose puck in behind the goal. Dolinsky trying to pin it here. 87 seconds. Held at the line for Olson. Olson fires, deflected at the doorstep. Twisters couldn't fire. There's another one, and that one just missed by inches in front. 1:12 to go in regulation. Olson waits, fires, and that one blocked. Nice move there by the Hawks, and that was Galvinia, I think. Trying to read the number on that one as it gets out of the zone. On the bonus, Hall enters the zone. Final minute of regulation in this 2-1 hockey game. We got penalty coming up. And it is a tripping call coming to the Charleswood Hawks. And so it'll be timeout Pembina Valley. So the Twisters so far 0 for 2 on the man advantage. Mind you, the Hawks are 0 for 3. And that looks like it's Ringer in the penalty box. Trying to look at the number there on the trip. Here's a look at the replay. As Hall took it into the zone. Passed that one along and right in there. As the final 5 seconds here tick away, and both coaches drawing up their scheme. One an offensive one, one a defensive one. But the most important thing is to win this draw. As the plot of the Twisters, fans and both now fans as the Hawks break out. Quo cuts towards the goal to get set. Van Robies will be on the draw against Lewis. Wild also out there. St. Latel. Olson. Both Olsons out there for the Twisters, as well as Carter Unger, who cuts in front of the goal. Olson from behind. Back to Carter Olson. Across. Latel plays that across. Work to the far side. There's a shot through traffic. And trying to glove that one out of the air is Quo. He couldn't hold on to that one. Rope blockade off the lumber of Sperber. Stays in the zone. Olson trying to find it. Works it across to Carter Olson. And Latel with the opportunity there for Latel. That one rolled off his stick. 20 to go in regulation. Twisters work it across. They'll play it back in behind the goal for Van Robies. His squad's got to shoot. They're on the man advantage here. And running out of time. There's a shot through traffic. And that one goes behind. That's going to do it. Back to the point. Olson across. Latalia's shot deflected. And just over the goal at the horn. And they'll come and applaud Quo as he held on. That came inches away there as it just goes over the goal. A tough one for the Twisters as they lose this one, unable to pick up a point. Another 2-1 home loss to the Charleswood Hawks, where they were unable to pick up a point against the third place team in the MMJHL. Stay tuned. We'll take a quick look at the out-of-town scoreboard following the 3 stars and where all these teams sit. Meanwhile, before we get there, we got our scoring recap from the third period. Final shots Pembina Valley Twisters in the third period, 5 for a total of 24. For the visiting Charleswood Hawks, 5 as well for a 3-period total and final of 30. And that scoring summary, Ethan Wild, his 4th from Darby Olson, and Owen Van Robies at 111. Nathan Shaw, his 1st from James Franklin, and Jake Kurlak, the game winner at 9:29. And with that, we head to today's 3 stars. And starting it off, today's 3rd star in the hockey game from the Pembina Valley Twisters with 1 goal, number 16, Ethan Wild. 2nd star in today's game from the Charleswood Hawks with a total of 23 saves, their starting goaltender, number 30, Aiden Quo. And your 1st star in today's game from the Charleswood Hawks with 1 goal, the game winner, his 1st of this season in the MJHL, number 8, Nathan Shaw. And with that, we will take a quick look here at the O-Town scoreboard and where the teams sit. And again, tough one here for the Twisters. They came out really to play, showing that they can play against these top-tier teams. Couldn't come with a point. Big 2 points for the Charleswood Hawks. As there we look at the standings, and the Hawks pick up the 2 points there, trying to keep pace in that 3rd place there. As you can see where they sit there, nestled with some pretty good space in between the Jets and the Reals, something they want to make up there. Meanwhile, out in St. James, the Canucks doubled up the Victorias by a score of 6-3, so they pick up the 2 points there, working their way closer to the Royal Knights, now up to 24 points, also gives them a cushion on the Twins and Raiders Junior Hockey Club. And good news for the Twisters fans watching, that keeps them that much closer to the Victorias as they try and catch them. Meanwhile, out in Seven Oaks, the Railer Express go up big, 11-1. Kabaluk adds on the 11th goal in that one, so the Express continues steaming ahead to 15 straight wins, and they're the first team to hit 45 points on the campaign. Meanwhile, the Raiders cling on to that final playoff spot. And in the game that Graham's covering out in St. Boniface, that one sits 4-2. Some late pushback there as Wolshin scores for the Knights. They got 7:36 to go in regulation, getting outshot 32-17, trying to get 2 more to tie that one up. Real's trying to hold on for the win to make up for those 2 points that the Railer Express picked up earlier on to stay in the race with them for 1st place. Meanwhile, the Royal Knights trying to get, again, some points there, turning it around after dropping their last game and trying to get past the Jets, work their way up into those top 4 teams and start chasing the Charleswood Hawks. Meanwhile, the update from Stonewall, the Jets in that one there are up 4-0 over the Twins. And Karzowski, Slatcher, Chung, and Hollard, the goal scorers in that. So the Jets, as I mentioned, they're tied with the Royal Knights. And like I said, not looking too hot for the Royal Knights there, down 4-2. So it looks like the Jets will stay where they are. And they couldn't make any ground up, though, either on the Hawks with the win. Charleswood picked up here. So nothing else to report on the standing side of things. We'll look forward to Sunday's games, in which we have a handful for you guys to watch on our broadcast. And here's a look here at the upcoming games for Sunday. Starts off the Transcona Railway Express, off their 15 wins, take on the St. James at 2 p.m. At 3 p.m., the Reals will host the Raiders Junior Hockey Club. The Charleswood Hawks back at action at home, 3:45 against the St. Vital Junior Victorias, who have dropped now 8 straight. 4:45 slot, we got the River East Royal Knights hosting the Stonewall Jets. Both those teams trying to get back in the win column. And the nightcap game, again, me and Josh Keck will be covering that one for you at 6:30 live from Fort Garry at Central Arena, as the Twins, who've dropped 4 in a row, try and get back in the win column. So do the Twisters after dropping this one. And we'll see you for that one. Again, that's at 6:30 from Century. You can watch that right here. And till then, take care, have a good night, and we'll see you at 6:30 on Sunday, live from Century, as it's the Twisters and the Twins battling it out. Till then, have a good one.